said I should have gone first. Everybody says there's no words. Clearly, you're all wrong. There's a lot of words. I have a lot of words. So forgive me for having them written, because I have so many words. And there's not time for me to share everything, so I tried to summarize it into, 12 or 13 short pages. The stories that you guys told, these aren't even my words yet. Every one of them meant so much to me. I wish that work ethic that you guys all respected translated into chores and honeydews at home. Unfortunately, I think he gave all that effort there, and my watch box also said, "Thanks, Roy Halladay," as well. So I was kind of hoping for an "I love you" or "You're the best," but it was a "Thanks, Roy Halladay." So now, all eyes are on me, and I'm really fortunate that I've gotten used to that feeling, because I've literally been standing next to a man for 21 years that people could not take their eyes off of. He was awe-striking. He was beautiful inside and out, without saying a word. Seemed to always have just the right thing to say. When he did speak, people listened. And I really hope that I can find the right words today to be able to express how I'm feeling, and to honor the man I'm still lucky enough to call my husband. I know many of you already know our story, but I love it, so I'm sharing it again anyway. When Roy and I first met, we were just 9 and 12 years old at church in Arvada, Colorado. His sister, his older sister, was one of my best friends through junior high. I'm sorry, I'm sniffing, I can hear it. My family ended up moving away and eventually made it back, and we lived in that same little neighborhood right back in Arvada. And I was going through a little life change. I dropped out of school. I was driving to Tercel and living in my parents' house. Bad standing, no real life path. And a good friend of mine came and dragged me off to the gym to play racquetball. As I was checking out a racket, I'm standing there at the desk, and I see out of the corner of my eye this big, tall, blonde man. I can't even say man, we were kids. That there was just this feeling in my gut that I was supposed to know who that person was. I'm supposed to know that person. And after a period of time, me making sure he was still in there and him walking by and watching me with my mad racquetball skills, finally my friend said, "Do you remember the Halladay family? You used to be friends with his sister. That's her brother Roy." I said, "I do. I'm gonna go say hi." So we talked for a bit. I explained to him I knew why I was a big loser on a Tuesday at the gym in the middle of the afternoon. Asked why he was there, and he said, "Oh, well, I play baseball." I said, "Well, that's great. I play racquetball. What do you do for a living?" I didn't realize that this life could actually be real, and I still, to this day, feel blessed to have experienced on some level the life that baseball has provided us. So this is why I have to follow my words. He wouldn't ask me for my phone number, so I gave it to him. and went home, walked in the back door, and told my mother that I met the man I was going to marry that day. We went out that night and played pool. Loser buys ice cream. I will say that I did not buy the ice cream. I beat him. So, as you all know, Roy Halladay does not like to lose. So, the very next night, date 2, we're playing pool again. Thank goodness we played ping pong first. It took him a couple weeks to beat me at ping pong, but that pretty much solidified 2 straight weeks of us having basically breakfast, lunch, and dinner dates until he could beat me. And there were dinners after and late nights talking on the phone, but I knew the first moment I saw him that I was going to spend the rest of my life with him, and I still know to this day he was my person. From the very beginning, as you all said, Roy wanted a family. He was the one pushing, get married as sooner than later, have kids as soon as possible. And of course, we got the dog first. The Dalmatian, Murphy, after Dale Murphy, of course. Ever since then, it's been a menagerie of animals and craziness. And one of my favorite memories, when he got his first call up, we were driving across the country from Syracuse back to Denver after a long minor league season, and we got a phone call in a hotel room that night. So the Tahoe, filled with the dog, the cat, the U-Haul, made a big U-turn, and we drove to Cleveland to meet the team. I don't think we've slowed down a minute since. I have heard that Roy's had a lot of professional accomplishments. I guess he was a pretty good baseball player. I remember some of that. I remember watching him dominate, but I don't remember stats, numbers, even dates of so many of those important things that he did. I was the one worrying about how he'd feel when he came home, if the stress was overwhelming, if the media would be kind, because he took every single word to heart. It meant so much to him that people were proud. I worried if he slept enough. I worried if there was milk for cereal or if his clothes were clean. I worried about if he was happy, if he was healthy, if we were going to make it through. I thought my role as a wife was to do everything else so he could do his job. And it was overwhelming a lot of times. But I watched him suffer through pain and fear and stress. I also watched him accomplish goals and reach levels of excellence that were unreachable. Even Roy couldn't hold up to the standard that he set for himself. We had a huge life. We built a beautiful family, and we kept going. No matter what, we never stopped. It's just what we did. It's what we do in baseball, and it's what we're going to keep doing. So much of what I have on here, I want to share, but it's a lot. Retirement. Yay, retirement. It's tough. It's tough to come home and start over, a new life, a new schedule, a new routine. And Not very long ago, I was complaining about the monotony of this new routine that I have. Wake up, walk dogs, carpool, make lunches, dishes, laundry, cook dinner that nobody eats. And now I reflect back, and I woke up in a beautiful home, in a bed next to a man who told me that he would rather fight with me every day than live without me. I walked dogs because we have a house full of foster dogs that he flew with me to pick up. He never said no, he never turned away, even when we already had 15. What's 12 more? I wish that was not an exaggeration. Last week we went and we picked up 2 more litters and we already had them in the house. It was crazy, it was so much. I drive wherever I go, that monotony of carpool in a beautiful car that he fought me to buy because he wanted me to have a nice car. I do laundry because I have time, because I don't have to work, because my husband has provided for my family in a way that I never have to worry. I cook because I'm fortunate to never have to worry if my family will go hungry. All the things that I thought I was stuck doing, I was so fortunate to be able to do. And that's all because of him. Everything we have, that I am, everything I ever wanted to have. I have no idea where I am in this. Everything I still want to be, it's all because of him. I'm not sure how to be me without him. I didn't know how big my heart was until I felt the amount of hurt in it with him gone. But I hope with all my heart that we can still live in a way that will honor him and make him proud. Somehow live up to that impossibly high standard. I can't teach my kids to throw that curveball. But I know a guy who can. That's because of him. I can't be a dad, but I built a family with a man who could, and my boys are proud that he was theirs. I'll figure out how to be a new version of me, but it's gonna take a lot of support, and I'm really glad that I have the village that I have. This was such a waste of time. My friends, my family, you're all the same. The support that we've had from school, community, neighbors, friends, strangers. I don't have a village, I have an army. And I love my army. They're telling me how strong I am. And I'm sure I'll need to be reminded. But for today, I'm happy, I'm grateful. We're lucky. To my boys, they're already stepping up, trying to take care of me, emotionally and physically. worrying if I'm okay, asking what they can do to help me handle what's going to be on my plate. Slow down. I'm not done being a mom yet. And I need that. It's the one thing that I need the most and that I know I can do. I'm so proud to be your mom. So let me be the crazy one. I do that well too. And I know you're hurting. And I am too. And it's unfair. It is. And we miss him. But we still have so much of him. We still have 1 million phone cords and iPads. We have enough cigars to open our own store. We have a garage full of model airplanes. We still have his not-so-secret stash of hidden ice cream sandwiches. And best of all, I still get to see him every day. Because I look at you. And if this is what it took for me to have you boys, then it's worth it. To everyone here, thank you for taking this day, this time, to remember Roy and show your love to my family. I really hope that in the future, when this day comes back around, instead of being sad, we'll find a way to honor him. We'll put some good in a world that needs some good. We'll keep trying to make a difference. So please today, just hug your families a little tighter because you can. Just take a minute each day to remember how truly blessed we are. Thank you all so much for everything, not just today, but for every minute that we've ever been able to share with you. I'm so grateful. Thank you.